Hey, what's up ka-otap? This is Otherworks and welcome to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Just click the red button and the notification bell so you'll be updated on my future uploads. And for today's review, we're going to review this knockoff Figma Archetype He. I bought this figure sa Shopee, so it's only for 250 pesos, so that's about a cheap figure. So let's go ahead and check the details and how it looks like for this knockoff Figma Archetype. Okay, so let's now go ahead and check first the packaging of this figure. Okay, let's focus the camera first, or adjust the light. Okay, sorry. Okay, so for the packaging, so not bad for a knockoff figure. So here's the photos on the back. So there's also a female body for our archetype. Okay, so let's now go ahead and open this figure. Okay, so you just need to slide the cover on the back, and let's remove the clamshell. Okay, so here's the archetype male body, and there's also a cover in the front. So let's go ahead and now grab the figure. Oh, oops. Okay, so looking at this figure, so I think it's a nice figure for a knockoff. But let's go ahead and check some other details, and let's go ahead and check further if this is really a nice figure. Okay, let me go ahead and adjust the light. So okay, yep, so just like I mentioned, it's a nice figure, but it also includes a stand. So this is a typical stand for a Figma. Okay, and there's also an alternate hand. So there's a relaxed hand and an open hand. And there's also an alternate fit that doesn't have a toe articulation. Okay, and there's also an extension for the stand. So you just need to put this one here. Okay, let's remove this one first. So let's go ahead and check naman yung alternate hand. So check natin kung kaya natin kabit ng walang hirap. Yep, so I think it's easy to remove and to put the hand. Let's try on the other hand. Let's try this one. Okay, yes, it's same. So it's very easy to plug the hand of this figure. Okay, and let's now check some other details. So yep, very clean details, but I think there's some gripes about this figure. So look, if you can check here, so there's some paint. There are some parts that was not been painted. I'm not sure if you can see that, but let me go ahead and try to adjust the lights so we can check. Sorry, I'm still adjusting the light. Okay, let's go ahead and adjust on the other side. Okay, so for the paint application of this figure, so it's a nice skin tone, but there's some parts that was not been painted. I think pinaint siya na as is, na nakabuo na. So there's some parts na hindi siya painted, just like the neck. So if you can see this, I hope you can see that, but there's some part that was not been painted, especially on the neck, and also on the bottom of the torso, or in the middle of the torso, and also on the back. So let's check. So yes, there's also some parts that was not been painted, that was being covered by the body. So I think pinaint siya nung nakabuo na siya or naka-assemble na. That's why there's some parts na hindi siya painted. But since this is an archetype and I'm going to do a custom of this figure, that's why I bought this one. I think I'm just going to repaint that details. Okay, so for the articulation of this figure, sorry, I'm still adjusting the lights because this is a new setup. For the other details of this figure, very nice proportion and not loose, it's very tight. So all the joints are very tight, and as you can see, it's not wiggle. Did not wiggle. Okay, for the other details, yes, it's just a very nice joints. It's very tight. There's no loose joints for this figure. Let's check the lower part. Okay, so for the back, yes, there's a hole for the. There's also some part here that was not being painted on the back of the neck. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, oops, I think I pushed that too far, but that's okay. But that's not loose as well, so as you can see, hindi siya nalalaglag or hindi siya bumabagsak. And for the other joints, so let's check the knee. So also tight. Okay, and for the back, so as you can see as well. So I think for this figure, it's nice figure for a knockoff. The joints is tight, there's no loose parts. And for the articulation, let's check for the height. So he can tilt up. So sobrang sagad ng pagka-tilt up niya, so pagkatingala niya. And for tilt down, so since there's also a joint for the neck, so he can tilt down up to this one. Tilt side by side, very minimal. Rotate side by side. Okay, so and for the arm he can raise sideward up to this one, so it's very high. So that's a nice one. So he can raise upwards up to this one and rotate 360. There's also forward, and there's a double jointed elbow. Okay, so that's the double jointed elbow, and also rotate for the hand 360 and forward and back, but you need to adjust the joint so you can forward and back the hand. And for the body articulation, so for the upper torso, you can forward up to this one, backward up to this one. But regarding with the full body, he can crunch forward up to this one and lean back up to this one. Okay, but there's a gripe, so there's a hole, a big hole in the back if you crunch forward too much. But there's also a swivel side by side for the upper torso and the lower torso. And he can also lean side by side. And for the legs, he can split up to this one. Okay, and he can forward or kick forward up to this one and kick backwards up to this one. Okay, and for the knee, there's a double jointed knee. There's no calf rotation, but for the feet, forward and back, rocker, and toe articulation. And by the way, there's a thigh swivel on the joints. Okay, so I think that's it for this figure. Let's now go ahead and do a size and comparison for this knockoff figure. And for the size and comparison of this knockoff Figma Archetype, let's go ahead and grab my ruler. Narinig nyo ba yung taho? So again, so for the size of this figure, he stand tall almost 5.5 inches, so I think 5.3. Okay, let's stand this figure. So let's go ahead and do a size comparison. So here's a bootleg or a knock of Figma Midoriya. Okay, and also a knock of Figma as well, Bakugo. So I haven't reviewed this Bakugo yet, so I'm going to do a review this one soon. But for now, for the size comparison, so I think sobrang liit nitong figure na to. So malaki yung dalawa, mas malaki pa yung dalawa, or same height lang silang dalawa, pero I think this is an adult body compared to this two teenage body. Let's check other size comparison. So let's have here a Mattel Batman, and also Robin, the Duke Thomas version. Okay, so for the size of the figures, so nagbukang bata itong Figma, sa sobrang liit. So halos nasa balikat lang siya ni Robin, but for adult body, I think this is too small for an adult body. But just like you can see earlier, it's too small compared to the other Figma figures. But yeah, I think that's it for our size and comparison for this figure. And there you have it, ka-otop. That's our unboxing and review for this Figma Archetype male body, but a knockoff version. But regarding with this figure, I think it's a very nice figure. So there's no loose joints, and the only gripes is the paint application. So there's some parts that was not been painted, but since this is a archetype, you can just custom and repaint this figure. But overall, for this knockoff figure, I think this is a nice figure. This is a nice knockoff figure since there's no loose parts, and I think you can hear the taho calling or shouting. But anyways, so again guys, so for this figure, I think I can rate this one 7 out of 10 since there's some parts that was not been painted properly. But for overall, this is a nice figure, a knockoff figure. So that's about it for this knockoff figure. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. So don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe to this channel. So just click the red button and the notification bell so you'll be updated on my future uploads. And again, thank you for watching. Keep safe and see you on my next video. Peace.